A couple weeks ago, we talked about N3on getting arrested in Dubai for allegedly sniffing his dad's ass. I mean, filming without permits. Where we left it, though, the rumor was that he was going to be doing like 10 years in jail in Dubai. And then immediately after I made the video, though, it came out that, that definitely wasn't the case. And I knew that kind of was what was going to happen, but I tried so hard to manifest the timeline where he did go to jail into reality by just not talking about him. I would see stuff about him and I just ignored it. I thought maybe I can just pretend and we'll will it into the reality that we're in. But unfortunately, I couldn't do it. It didn't work, and now here we are. Since coming back, there's been a lot of things happening for N3on. And again, I've been trying to ignore it all, but there's been a lot of things. His girlfriend's leaked that he's allegedly being signed to the FaZe clan. Judging from what we're going to talk about, I don't know that that's going to come to fruition, but we'll see. We'll see. He's been in New York a bunch lately, and he's been generating as much content as he can there. And he had some like street fighting event. It ended with, I think a guy lost a tooth and cried about it or something. I don't know 100%. It didn't end the way that Fight Club ended, where it was just N3on in a parking lot beating himself up the whole time, which is what I would have preferred, but I have a bias on the issue because I really don't like the kid. They better be showing the butt clip again. He also tried some of that quality live streaming, like that Kick live streaming content where they just harass random people in public, and it immediately went bad for him.
Hey, yo, bro. Hey, yo, back up.
It is what it is, bro. Yo, what's good, man?
Oh, shit, what the fuck? All right, what's good? What's good, bro? Oh, no, I'm just trolling.
Hey, what's your jacket?
So he's back. He's back. I guess the next incident happened where he's not back anymore. But before we get into what happened, I want to say I have a little bit of a pistol war that we need to look at to fully understand why I'm probably going to get extra heated when I talk about this. Because we already know I don't like the kid. But also, I get heated on this issue a bunch in general. So we'll roll the pistol lore. My dad always said that people generally have one serious car accident in their life. It's just usually at the end. But for me, that was almost the case. Back when I was 17, some friends and I were driving around after band practice, dropping off everyone at home. There was 4 of us left in the Ford Focus. Nate and Matt were up front. Me and our friend's girlfriend were in the back. I was behind the driver's seat, which I didn't like. We dropped the girl off at her house, and I decided to move over and sit behind the passenger seat instead. Thank fuck I did. We were pulling out into the intersection to drive off. The lane closest to us was full, but a nice driver had stopped and waved us through. And as we pulled out, an SUV in the second lane came flying through and smashed directly into us. I remember looking out the window, seeing the SUV, and saying, "Oh shit," as glass came flying at me. My head smacked into the window next to it, the oh shit handle above it, and then back into the window as the car spun across 4 lanes of traffic before coming to a stop. The car we were in was completely smashed in on the side, just behind the driver's seat, all the way back, completely destroyed. No injuries to anyone, but had I not switched seats, I'd have been dead. People said I should have went and got checked for concussion, but instead what I did do was I caught a bus, I went home, I got high, and then I sat watching TV with my dad for like half an hour. I went, oh yeah, I was in like a car accident like an hour ago. It was pretty crazy. Almost died. It was an interesting. We handled trauma in my family very, very differently, I think. Now, unfortunately, I went to school with the girl that hit us. Like, I knew her from school. I didn't know her well, but I had classes with her and stuff. She was my age. And so, unfortunately, I also got to hear about it a couple years later when she was in another car accident that she wasn't so fortunate to survive. So N3on was meeting up with some dude named Squeeze Benz. I'm not sure who he is. From what I gathered, he's a car guy that drives like a piece of shit. N3on was meeting up with them for a meet and greet. They were going to go for a little drive. And N3on agreed to go like 10 miles over the speed limit or something like that.
I was there to do a Q&A, sit in his car. We agreed and handshaked only 10 over the speed limit.
He wants to commit a crime, but he's still a pussy. But of course, when you go driving with somebody that drives like a piece of shit like that, it very quickly turned into more than just like 10 miles over the speed limit. And naturally, when you drive like an asshole for a while, what's gonna happen, right?
Calm. Oh my god! Oh my fuck! What the fuck?
Oh, shit.
What the fuck?
As a result of the hit and run, N3on was banned again from Kick. And now his people are starting the damage control, being like, he wasn't driving. N3on's like, I only agreed to go like 10 miles over the speed limit and stuff.
All I know, I'm gonna leave it with this chat. All I was told, and you guys can clip it from the start. I was there to do a Q&A, sit in his car. We agreed and handshaked only 10 over the speed limit. And this retard just went crazy, and I can't do shit. I'm sitting in the car. What the fuck am I supposed to do, bro? I can't just jump out when it's going 100 miles per hour, bro.
You know, they're saying he was like being held hostage. He was being held hostage. He's trying all this stuff to not take responsibility for his actions. Because what he did do was get somebody that he knows drives like that. And he brought him on his stream to talk with them and stuff, and then go for a drive like that. So he encourages the behavior. You know, if he had brought him on the stream and to scold him, to, you know, get in the car and take him for a driving lesson, you know, that's one thing. Although that apparently, from what his girlfriend says, N3on himself isn't a good driver, and the hit and run may have happened if he went the speed limit. You know, if he had done anything other than bring him on to like be buddies with the guy and encourage that kind of behavior, it would be, you would have an argument. But because that's all you did was you just brought him on and gave him a platform to help new people learn about who he is and encourage that behavior to a new audience, right? Because like I didn't even know who the guy was. I'd never heard of him until this story, and now I know about him, and it encourages that kind of behavior. And so that's what you did by having him on your stream and then streaming the whole thing where you went driving recklessly like that. That encourages it. Now, if you're like being held hostage and all this stuff, like you're defending yourself by saying what you would have done is called the police. You don't want to be a narc and stuff like that, but if you're being held against your will and being forced to engage in this behavior that you don't want to engage in, that seems like the kind of situation where you should probably be calling the police and not worrying about him judging you for being a narc, because he's the one you're calling the police on, but because, you want to be cool with that stuff because you're a piece of shit and you don't really care about that stuff. You're just trying to defend yourself and make it so you can keep streaming and being a degenerate piece of shit. You don't actually care about people. We live in a society. There's more people than just you and those in your inner circles and stuff. When you're out in public and you see other people walking, doing things, living their lives, those aren't just background NPCs in like a fucking video game or anything. Those are real people who have their own lives, their own stories. And now, a lot of times now, because you got all these fucking kids out there being the way they are nowadays, you have a lot of these people whose stories now involve encounters with these little fucking degenerate sociopaths that don't care about anything except for attention and money. And it's the stupidest thing, right? Because at some point, what's going to happen is these people's stories are going to then end in a tragedy that is like some sort of horrific car accident or something, right? That's a result of one of these fucking little streaming piece of shits. So that's going to be the end of that person's story, is going to be that. Meanwhile, in the other person's story, it's just going to be like a stepping stone to help gain them more attention and more fame. They're going to use it as a way to make them more money and get more attention and more clicks. And they'll be using it as a debate of whether or not they should be banned for like a week or should they be banned for a month. That's what it's going to be, because they don't care about the other people. They're not real. People that aren't involved in your life aren't real to you. And that's a problem, because again, we live in a society, and the way society works is we all need to work together because we're all real. We all exist. Those people aren't NPCs. They're real people. They have family and friends and people that love them and stuff, just like you do, except for like actually have people that love them. Because if you had people that loved you, it wouldn't let you be like this. I'm talking to you, N3on, still. Like, your parents don't love you. And I understand why. At this point, I think they're just going to be using you for the money and stuff. And respectable, because, like, the fuck's wrong with you? They should have raised you better, too. At this point, they're all young enough that all of these people that I talk about pretty well on this channel, I judge their parents more than I judge them, because, like, the fuck is wrong with you as parents that you're letting your kids do this shit? I don't know. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up that the way these people are. And, like, thankfully it wasn't that bad of an accident. I think they said it was like somebody like intentionally did it because it was a stream sniper or something. That still doesn't change the fact that like one of these times it's not going to be, it's going to be just somebody and their family or something. Your actions out there in the real world have real world consequences that aren't just you. And getting arrested or going to jail and stuff. There's other stuff that happens that's not involving you. The stuff that you do affects the people in the world around you. Again, we live in a society. I don't know. Leave comments. Let me know what you guys think. What else should we talk about? Leave a what the fuck's wrong with people comment or something. Just I appreciate all the comments, all the love and support that we've been getting over these last videos, and hopefully we can keep it going. And we'll see you guys next time.